What's up, everybody? I just bought a stock this morning, and you can probably guess what it is by looking at the screen. It's Lululemon. So we're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you why I made this purchase. Obviously, I have made a couple videos on Lululemon. 2 months ago, I made a video. The stock was at $236 a share, and I said, I think it looks like value, but I don't want to buy here. I want to wait. In that video, I said, about the $190 range is the price I'd be pretty interested. And then again, just yesterday, I mentioned Lululemon in a video with 4 other stocks. When I was making that video, the price of Lululemon was $200 a share. I said, I don't own a position, but I thought the stock looked good. I thought it looks like a buy here. And of course, they released earnings last night. The market was not happy with this. We're going to take a look at this report. And this morning, the stock sold off a ton. It was down in the low 160s. I think I saw it 163 in the pre-market, and I bought in 5 minutes after the market opened. My cost basis is about $168 here. I think it's offering good risk reward. This is just my opinion. I'm not giving advice on whether you should buy or sell Lululemon stock. Everyone has to make their own decisions with their own money. But, we're going to look at our sheet. We're going to see what we can expect for a return on our investment in Lululemon today with our updated information of what's going on in this earnings report and also, where the price is trading at right now. As always, if you get value out of the video, subscribe to the channel. Now, let's jump into it. First things first, when we buy or sell a stock, you want to do that just with a very clear head. You don't want to have a strong emotional reaction, sell out of fear, buy out of greed. I woke up this morning, I made myself a tea like I always do. I read through the results. I read through their conference call, all the analysts asking questions. I even looked on Reddit, not to get people's opinion on the stock or if it's a good buy or sell, just to get people's impression on Lululemon as a brand. Is Lululemon a high quality product still? Different people are, of course, going to have different opinions here. My wife still loves their pants, but says, that for other things, she feels like it's maybe a little bit overpriced. Walking distance from our home, we have both a Vori and a Lululemon. The Vori is very popular, but Lululemon is as well. It seems like there's always people shopping in these stores, and of course, this is a very small sample size. Online, it seems people have strong opinions. Some people really like Aloe, some people really like Vori, some people really like Lululemon. There's no doubt, looking at the numbers, that Vori and Aloe have been eating into their US market share. However, internationally, Lululemon is still doing very well. And that seems to be the main story of what's going on here. The CEO said, while we continue to see positive momentum overall in our international regions in the second quarter, we are disappointed with our US business results and aspects of our product execution. We feel confident in the opportunity ahead and plans we have in place to drive long-term growth. And here we see America's revenue only up 1%, international revenue up 22%. So the international growth is very strong. A lot of this is coming from China, and international only makes up, maybe 30-ish% of the revenue of this company. So it's really driven by the Americas. And in America, at least for this quarter, it's not growing. So this report was definitely a disappointment. It comes in a bit below my expectations. We'll see how it compares to the numbers that I had in place for Lululemon yesterday. I haven't updated my assumptions yet, but you see that in my base case, I was assuming 6% growth on the top line, 20% operating margins, and that's basically what they hit. They reported 7% growth on the top line, and I think operating margins were 20.8 or 20.9. They were between 20 and 21%. But looking at the results, there definitely is reason for concern. Comparable sales were not high. So that means that a decent amount of the revenue growth is from them opening new stores. In the US, the same store sales is negative for this quarter. Now, keep in mind, Lululemon is coming off an explosive period of growth. If we just look, you can see here in our little chart, revenue, earnings, it's basically a hockey stick up and to the right. This company has been a huge growth story. In 2020, their revenue was about $4 billion. Today, trailing 12 months, you're looking at, about $11 billion. So they've almost 3x'd their revenue in 4 years. I'm reminded a little bit of Ulta Beauty. Ulta Beauty used to be a company that was growing double digits, and then they reported, maybe about a year ago, growth is slowing down. It's now going to be in the single digits. The market was pretty unhappy. Stock sold off to like the low 300s, and, now it's bounced back. I've never owned Ulta Beauty stock, but I was looking at it in the low 300s. I thought it looked good. It just never got quite cheap enough for me. And so, I missed out on this opportunity. Now, getting back to Lululemon, when they're looking at year-over-year growth and comparing stores with how they did the previous year, and you have stores that have just exploded in revenue since COVID, eventually those comps, those comparisons to previous years, it's going to be hard to match up, to keep up the pace of this, 20% plus growth on the top line that Lululemon has experienced. On top of that, you have some other special circumstances going on, like tariffs, which are eating into their margins. The word tariff, it seems, appears 24 times on their earnings call. And they said the impact from tariffs and de minimis combined will be approximately 230 basis points. So what they're saying here is because all these tariffs that rolled out, and also the de minimis exemption was an exemption where if you had something coming into the country that was worth, $800 or less, then you didn't have to pay tariffs on that. But, that's going away. It doesn't matter how much something costs, what the value of the item is. If it's coming from a country with tariffs, you're going to have to pay tariffs on that good. So the combined effect of this is going to be 230 basis points on their gross margin. So 2.3% of the reported number on their gross margin, that's the impact here. That is definitely significant, and this combined with lower growth caused them to reduce their earnings guidance for the year to about $12.80, $12.90 a share, we'll say. For a company with no debt, that is still what I would consider to be a market leader. Their margins are still extremely high. Even in this quarter, reporting 21% operating margin, gross margins in the high 50s, I think 58. I mean, these are excellent margins for an apparel retailer. And I think while it definitely is the case that there's a sentiment in the US that Lululemon has lost their mojo, they've lost a bit of the cool factor that they had, and Alo and Vori are eating their lunch a little bit. Overseas, I think that doesn't seem to be the case. Lululemon is still an it brand. It has that X factor still. In fact, I would love to get your opinion on this in the comment section below. Just what is your impression on Lululemon as a brand? Not necessarily a stock, just the product. What do you think of it? If you're a guy, maybe also what does your wife or girlfriend think of it? While men's products make up, I think, about 20% of revenue, it's still the case that the core customer is women. And the key demographic where Lululemon has underperformed recently is women's apparel, in particular in the US. They talked a bit on the call about product, of course, how they feel like they haven't hit the trends, their colors aren't necessarily selling as well as they thought they would, and they haven't managed their inventory exceptionally well. Their inventory is high. And they say when looking at inventory, we expect units to increase in the low double digits in Q3. We expect similar dynamics in inventory growth for the remainder of the year. So they have too much inventory. That's probably going to hurt their margins. They might try to compete on price to get rid of stuff that they just have too much of. They say looking out to 2026, we believe we see improvements in product assortment, yada, yada. Every company always thinks that they're going to look better in 2026 or whatever the next year is. I think, of course, there is reason to be concerned. They said on this call also, May was our strongest month. July was our weakest. That's not a great sign for Q3 to see, this trend kind of decelerating here as we're going into the third quarter. So there definitely are concerns here. With that said, I don't think Lululemon is anywhere close to a dying brand. Let's not forget, they are still growing quite well overseas, double digits. 22% international revenue growth. Yes, a decent amount of that is China. In China, I think their growth was like 25% and rest of international was about 16%. But still, these are really strong numbers. The brand is not dead. They have no debt. They are returning a significant amount of value to shareholders buying back shares. In fact, I hope they take advantage of this and in the third quarter, buy back a decent amount of stock while the price is down. Their margins are still telling the story that this is a market leader. So let's look at our assumptions here. Right now, these numbers are exactly where I had them yesterday, so we can change them together. I was playing around with this before the market opened. I was trying to decide, at $165 a share, do I want to open a small position or not? What does the risk reward look like? So to me, I actually think that 6% revenue growth over 5 years and 20% operating margins, I think that those are actually reasonable numbers. Yes, a decent amount of the growth will be fueled by international, but to be a little more conservative, I'm going to bring down the revenue growth to 4%, and I'm going to bring down their free cash flow margin a bit. And I think as revenue growth comes down, it's fair to bring down their multiple. I was giving them a 14 times multiple. Let's give them just a 12, and you're looking at a 13% annualized return on this stock over 5 years for what I think are pretty conservative assumptions. Now for the bear case, the pessimistic scenario, I was assuming 2% revenue growth and operating margins drop to 18%, which is basically the lowest that they have been. I think I'm going to keep my operating margin assumption where it is. I'll drop my revenue growth to 0. This company is just completely flat for 5 years because while international will grow, we're going to assume that they contract a little bit in America, and I'm going to take down their free cash flow multiple. And right now in this scenario, I'm giving them just a 10 times multiple. Let's drop that to 8, and you are looking at losing 2% every year on your money in Lululemon stock. For a pessimistic bear case, this is not bad to me. Again, give me your opinions in the comments. What do you think the chances are that the company underperforms this bear scenario right here? I think it's extremely small, but I could be wrong. Let me know what you think. My bull case is optimistic. I mean, it is a bull scenario. I was assuming 10% revenue growth every year and operating margins of 22%. I actually think these aren't unreasonable assumptions for a bull scenario. I'll maybe bring down the revenue growth a little bit. Operating margin 22% for a bull case is completely reasonable. Maybe free cash flow margin is a little high, and I'll bring down their multiple from a 20 to, maybe a 16. I could definitely see the company hitting this. And if they do, you're looking at more than a triple on Lululemon stock over 5 years. And this is based on a price of 173, which is where it was when I updated this sheet. It was 165 when the market opened and about 168 when I made my purchase. Overall, I think the risk reward looks decent, but just to be clear, this is a very small percentage of my portfolio here. I just took a little bite. If the stock drops more, if it drops to, about 150 or so, I might look to add more to my position. I'm not sure. I'd have to take a look. By the time you see this video, the stock price will probably be significantly different than 168. I don't know if it's going to be higher. I don't know if it's going to be lower. Where's it at right now? Stock's at right about 169, so about $1.50 away from where I bought it. Again, this isn't advice to buy or sell. The only advice I maybe would give is when you make a decision to go in or out of a stock, try not to have that decision be too influenced by strong short-term emotions. Go take a walk or make a tea or do whatever it is that you do that's part of your routine. But for me, I just try to process the information that I have in the most level-headed way that I can. I mean, I know we're all human, but try not to be too influenced emotionally by the short-term movements in price. You could have a stock like Kohl's has doubled since I first talked about it. Vital Energy, right after I mentioned it 2 weeks ago, was up 20%, and Lululemon right now is down 15% from the price I talked about it at $200 a share. That's the nature of stocks. They're volatile. No one has a crystal ball. In the short term, you're going to be wrong, I would argue 50% of the time. In the long run, if you buy things with good risk reward, I think I have significantly better odds than that. My point is just don't let significant price moves, whether it's a drop like Lululemon or a significant increase like Kohl's, don't let that affect your process. So with that said, I think I'll wrap this up here. If you got value out of the video, subscribe to the channel. Again, this is just my opinion. If you think I'm getting this wrong or you disagree with something I said, let me know down in the comments below. Don't take any of this as advice to buy Lululemon. I'm just telling you what I'm doing with my money. And for me, this is not a large position in my portfolio. This is a nibble. And if the stock goes lower, we're probably going to look at it again. If you own Lululemon, let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, I hope to see you all in another video.